My mother-in-law barged into my delivery room while I was giving birth, so I banned her from meeting my baby for 6 months. I'm Maya Torres, 31, first-time mom. And before you judge me, before you say 6 months is cruel, that grandmothers have rights, that I'm overreacting, let me tell you what happened in that delivery room. Let me tell you what it feels like to have your most vulnerable moment violated. I met Linda 3 years ago when I got engaged to her son, Jake. She seemed sweet at first, brought cookies to our apartment, asked about my day, called me honey, but there were cracks. At our engagement dinner, she toasted Jake, talked about how proud she was, how he'd always been her special boy, how no one would ever love him like she did. She looked right at me when she said that last part. At our wedding, she cried during the ceremony, not happy tears, loud, theatrical sobs that made people turn around. During our first dance, she tried to cut in. Just one dance with my boy, Jake gently said no. She sulked in the corner for the rest of the night. She's just emotional, Jake said later. She's losing her son. You're not dying, you're getting married. You know what I mean. I didn't. But I let it go. When I got pregnant, Linda was ecstatic. Finally, a grandbaby. She hugged me so tight I couldn't breathe. I've been waiting for this moment. For the first few months, it was nice. She called to check on me, sent maternity clothes, offered to help set up the nursery. I thought maybe motherhood would give us common ground. I was wrong. I was 5 months pregnant when I first mentioned my birth plan. Sunday dinner at Linda's house. Jake and I sat across from her at her dining table. We've been thinking about the delivery, I said. I want to keep it intimate, just Jake in the room with me. Linda's fork stopped midair. What about me? Well, it's going to be pretty private. I'm the grandmother. I should be there when my grandchild is born. I appreciate that, but Maya, this is my grandchild too. I have a right to be there. My stomach tightened. It's a really personal moment. I'd prefer just Jake. Personal? I gave birth. I know exactly what it's like. You'll want support. I'll have Jake. One person isn't enough. You're a first-time mother. You don't know how hard it is. Jake squeezed my hand under the table. Mom, Maya's decision. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm saying she's inexperienced. When I had you, Jake, I had my mother and your father. I needed them both. That's great, I said carefully. But I've made my choice. Linda's smile was tight. Well, I suppose you'll change your mind when the time comes. That was strike one. Over the next 3 months, she brought it up constantly. Every visit, every phone call. Have you reconsidered letting me in the delivery room? My friend was there when her daughter gave birth. It was beautiful. You'll regret not having me there. Labor is traumatic. I stayed firm. Linda, I appreciate your concern, but my decision hasn't changed. You're being selfish. This baby is part of our family. I'm not being selfish for wanting privacy during childbirth. Privacy? From your baby's grandmother? That's ridiculous. Jake tried to run interference. Mom, please respect Maya's wishes. But Linda wouldn't let it go, and what she did next made me realize. This wasn't about the baby. It was about control. At my baby shower, which Linda insisted on hosting, she made a speech. Talked about how excited she was. How she'd always dreamed of being a grandmother. How she couldn't wait to be in the delivery room. People looked at me, confused. After, I pulled her aside. Linda, I've told you, you're not going to be in the delivery room. Oh, honey, she patted my arm. You say that now, but when you're in pain, screaming, you'll want your mother-in-law there. I don't have a mother. She died when I was 10. Linda's face softened. Exactly. That's why you need me. I can be the mother figure you never had. My throat tightened. That's not... It's settled then. I'll be there. She walked away before I could respond. That was strike 2. I went into labor 3 weeks later, 2 in the morning, contractions 8 minutes apart. Jake called the hospital, grabbed our bags, helped me to the car. Did you call your mom? I asked through a contraction. Not yet. I'll text her from the hospital. Don't tell her I'm in labor. Not until after. He looked at me. Maya, please, Jake. I can't deal with her right now. He nodded. I thought I was safe. I thought I'd finally have the birth I wanted. I was about to learn just how wrong I was. We got to the hospital at 3 a.m. The nurse checked me. 4 centimeters dilated. You've got a ways to go, she said cheerfully. Get comfortable. Jake texted his mom at 6 a.m. Just said we were at the hospital. Didn't say I was in labor. Linda called immediately. Jake stepped into the hall to answer. I heard his voice through the door. Mom, no. Mom, please. She specifically asked. I can't. Mom. He came back in, face pale. She's coming. What? She's on her way. She wants to be there for us. Jake, you told her not to come, right? I tried. She said she's the grandmother. She has a right. She doesn't. Tell her to turn around. She hung up. My heart started racing. Not from contractions, from panic. Jake, I can't have her here. I can't. I'll handle it. I'll keep her in the waiting room. An hour later, Linda arrived. I heard her voice in the hallway. Loud, excited. Where's my daughter-in-law? Is she okay? Has the baby come? Jake went out to talk to her. Their voices carried through the door. Mom, you need to wait in the waiting room. I want to see Maya. She's resting. The doctor said no visitors right now. I'm not a visitor. I'm family. A nurse's voice. Ma'am, only the father is allowed in the delivery room. That's ridiculous. I'm the grandmother. Hospital policy. I heard footsteps. Then Linda's voice farther away. Fine, I'll wait. But the moment that baby is born, I'm coming in. The contractions got worse. By noon, I was 7 centimeters. The pain was incredible, my whole body shaking. Jake held my hand. You're doing amazing. I can't do this. Yes, you can. You're so strong. At 2 p.m., I was 10 centimeters. Time to push. The nurse prepped me. Jake stood beside me, the doctor between my legs. Okay, Maya, big push on the next contraction. I pushed, screamed, felt like I was being torn in half. Good. Again. I pushed again, tears streaming down my face. And that's when the door burst open. Linda rushed in, phone in hand, camera pointed at me. I'm here. I want to see my grandbaby born, I screamed. Not from the contraction, from shock, from violation. Get her out, I sobbed. Get her out. The nurse moved toward Linda. Ma'am, you need to leave. This is my grandchild. I have a right. Another push came. I was exposed, vulnerable, and she was filming me. Stop, I screamed. Stop filming me. Jake grabbed his mother's arm. Mom, get out, now. Linda jerked away. Don't you dare touch me. I just want to see... Security appeared, 2 men in uniform. Ma'am, you need to leave immediately. They physically escorted her out. She was yelling the whole way. This is discrimination. I'm the grandmother. You can't do this. The door closed. I was sobbing, shaking, couldn't catch my breath. Maya, the doctor said gently. We need you to push. I can't. She was filming. I know, I'm so sorry, but we need to get this baby out. Jake was crying too. I'm so sorry. I pushed through my tears, pushed through the trauma, pushed through the violation. My daughter was born at 2:47 p.m., 7 pounds, 3 ounces. Perfect. But I couldn't stop shaking. The nurse wrapped the baby, handed her to me. I held her, but I felt numb. All I could think about was Linda's phone, pointed at me, recording the most private moment of my life. After an hour, they moved me to a recovery room. Jake's phone had 37 missed calls from Linda, 22 texts. Is the baby here? Why won't you answer? I have a right to know. You're excluding me. This is cruel. Jake turned off his phone. I should have stopped her, he said. I should have. She's your mother. That doesn't matter. She violated you. His voice broke. God, Maya, I'm so sorry. I looked at our daughter, this tiny, perfect human, and I made a decision. Your mother doesn't meet this baby for 6 months. Jake looked up. What? 6 months. She doesn't see her, doesn't visit, doesn't call. Maya. She barged into my delivery room. She filmed me without consent. She violated the one boundary I set. I know, but there's no but. If she can't respect my boundaries during the most vulnerable moment of my life, she doesn't get access to my child. 6 months is a long time. She earned it. He looked at me, really looked at me, saw the trauma in my eyes. Okay, he said quietly. 6 months. We named our daughter Lily Grace. The next day, Linda showed up at the hospital. Security stopped her at the door to my room. I'm the grandmother. I have a right to see my granddaughter. The nurse, the same one from the delivery, stood firm. The patient has requested no visitors. I'm not a visitor. I'm family. Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Linda called Jake. He didn't answer. She texted, how dare you keep me from my grandbaby? Jake texted back, you should have thought about that before you burst into the delivery room. Linda wasn't done. Not by a long shot. What she did next almost broke me. But it also gave me exactly what I needed. Linda posted on Facebook that night. Heartbroken, my son and daughter-in-law won't let me meet my precious granddaughter. Praying for their hearts to soften. Comments poured in. That's terrible. You have rights as a grandmother. DILs can be so cruel. I let it go for 24 hours. Then I responded. Publicly. Linda, you barged into my delivery room without permission while I was crowning. You filmed me without consent during the most private moment of my life. Security had to physically remove you. You violated every boundary I set. That's why you won't meet Lily for 6 months. Not because I'm cruel. Because you couldn't respect me when I was most vulnerable. I attached the hospital security report. The one documenting her removal. The comments changed. Oh my God, she filmed you? That's assault. You're being too nice. I'd never let her see the baby. Linda deleted her post. For 6 months, I didn't respond to her calls, texts, or Facebook messages. Jake talked to her once a week. Set firm boundaries. Mom, what you did was unforgivable. Maya is being generous, giving you another chance. I just wanted to be there. You were told no. You violated her. You traumatized her. She still has nightmares about it. That was true. I did. I'd wake up screaming, seeing Linda's phone pointed at me. The 6 months passed slowly. Lily grew, started smiling, rolling over, laughing. Linda sent gifts. I donated them. She sent cards. I threw them away. She begged Jake. Please, I just want to see her. 5 minutes. Not until the 6 months are up. On the day the 6 months ended, Linda showed up at our house, knocked on the door, holding flowers. I opened it, Lily on my hip. Linda's eyes filled with tears. She's beautiful. She is. Maya, Linda's voice cracked. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was selfish. I was wrong. I violated you, and I can never take that back. I looked at her. This woman who'd haunted my nightmares. You get 1 hour, I said, supervised on my couch. And if you ever cross a boundary again, you're done. Forever. Linda nodded, wiping her tears. Thank you. She came in, sat on the couch. I placed Lily in her arms. Linda held her granddaughter for the first time, crying, whispering, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Lily is 2 years old now. Linda sees her once a month, always supervised, always with clear boundaries. She follows them perfectly, because she knows. 1 violation, and she's gone. Some people say I was too harsh. That 6 months was cruel. But I ask them, what would you do if someone filmed you during childbirth without permission? If they violated the one thing you asked for when you were at your most vulnerable? Boundaries aren't suggestions, they're requirements. And when someone breaks them, during your weakest moment, they don't get immediate forgiveness. They get consequences. Linda tried to make my daughter's birth about her. She tried to steal that moment, but I took it back. With 6 months of silence, 6 months of peace, and I'd do it again. Tell me, have you ever had someone violate your boundaries when you were most vulnerable? What did you do?